Tonight, before you go to sleep, imagine one thing. Your bedroom is gone. There are no walls, no doors, no lock, no phone, no flashlight, just endless darkness. Somewhere beyond your tiny fire, something is watching you. You don't know if it's a wolf, a hyena, or a lion. You can't see it, but it can probably see you. Every sound makes your heart race. Every shadow feels alive, and the fire won't burn forever. You know, you have to sleep. But the moment you close your eyes, you become the weakest creature in the forest. You can't run. You can't fight. You can't even see danger coming. For hundreds of thousands of years, this wasn't a nightmare. It was simply bedtime. So why did ancient humans almost never sleep alone? Why did entire families gather around one small fire? Why did someone stay awake while everyone else slept? The answer changed human history. During the day, ancient humans were surprisingly capable. They could gather food, make tools, explore new land, and work together. But when the sun disappeared, everything changed. Night after night, the same ritual repeated. As the last light of the sun disappeared behind the horizon, every member of the group understood that the rules had changed. During the day, humans could spot danger from a distance. They could throw stones, use spears, climb hills, work together. But darkness erased those advantages. Human eyes simply weren't built for the night. Compared to cats, owls, wolves, or even many small predators, we were almost blind. Every bush looked like an animal. Every moving shadow looked alive. Even the wind could sound like footsteps. But there was another problem. Ancient humans weren't just afraid of predators. They were afraid of something much worse, not knowing where the predator was. A lion that you can see is dangerous. A lion hiding somewhere in complete darkness is terrifying. That's why our ancestors became experts at listening. They learned to recognize tiny sounds, a branch snapping, dry leaves moving, heavy breathing, footsteps on wet ground. Every sound carried information, and surviving often depended on understanding it before anyone else. Scientists believe that humans developed stronger social behavior, partly because sleeping alone was simply too risky. One person might miss the sound, but 10 people almost never did. Someone was always awake, someone was always listening, someone was always watching the fire. This may have been one of the earliest forms of teamwork in human history. Long before cities, long before governments, humans were already protecting each other every single night. Around the fire, children slept in the safest place. Adults surrounded them. The strongest members often stayed near the edge of the camp. If danger appeared, they would react first. It wasn't perfect. Sometimes predators still attacked. Sometimes people died. But groups survived far more often than individuals. Evolution noticed that. Over thousands of generations, humans who trusted one another survived. The ones who isolated themselves often didn't. That's one reason why humans became one of the most social species on Earth. Sleeping together wasn't just comfortable, it was a survival strategy. And even after fire became common, the danger never completely disappeared. A campfire looked powerful. Its bright flames pushed back the darkness. It scared away many animals, but not all of them. Hungry predators learned something important. Fire eventually becomes smaller. Wood runs out. People fall asleep. And patience can be just as powerful as strength. Some predators waited outside the circle of light, watching silently, waiting for one mistake, waiting for the flames to shrink, waiting for someone to wander away from the group. That's why the fire could never be ignored. Throughout the night, someone had to feed it with more wood. Someone had to keep the flames alive.
In many ways, the first night guard in human history wasn't guarding treasure, they were guarding sleep itself. Without them, everyone else became vulnerable. And slowly, something extraordinary happened. Night after night, generation after generation, humans stopped becoming strangers. They became families, then tribes, then communities. Trust grew because survival demanded it. And perhaps the oldest promise humans ever made to one another wasn't spoken with words. It was much simpler. Sleep, I'll stay awake.
But here's the strange part. Even though the lions are gone, even though we sleep inside locked homes, our brains still behave as if we were sitting beside a small fire in the middle of an ancient forest. Think about the last time you heard an unexpected sound in the middle of the night. Maybe it was a door, maybe the wind, maybe something falling in another room. Before you even understood what happened, your eyes opened, your heart beat faster, you stopped moving, and you listened. That's not paranoia, that's evolution. Deep inside your brain, a tiny alarm system has been protecting humans for hundreds of thousands of years. Scientists call one part of this system the amygdala. It constantly scans for possible danger, even while you're asleep. It doesn't wait for proof, it reacts first and asks questions later. That's why a sudden noise can wake you instantly, even before you know what made the sound. Your ancestors who woke up quickly had a better chance of surviving the night. Those who slept too deeply often never got another morning. Evolution remembered that lesson, and it passed it from one generation to the next. That's also why many people feel uncomfortable sleeping completely alone. Children often want someone nearby. Adults sometimes sleep better knowing another person is in the house. It's not weakness, it's one of the oldest survival instincts our species has. Even today, people naturally sleep in groups, families, couples, friends on camping trips, soldiers, explorers. Very few people willingly choose to spend night after night completely alone in the wilderness, because somewhere inside us, our ancient brain still whispers, "Don't be alone after dark." But perhaps the most important thing humans gained wasn't protection from predators, it was trust. Every night, someone stayed awake so someone else could sleep. Parents protected children, friends protected friends, entire groups depended on each other. That simple act, repeated for thousands of generations, slowly built something extraordinary: cooperation. Without cooperation, humans never would have crossed deserts, never would have survived ice ages, never would have built villages or cities or civilizations. The road to modern society may not have started with farming or metal tools or writing. It may have started with a circle of tired humans sitting around a small fire, deciding that no one would face the darkness alone. So tonight, when you lock your front door, turn off the lights, and climb into bed, remember this: your bedroom feels safe because millions of people before you spent countless nights protecting one another. The safest place in the ancient world wasn't a cave, it wasn't a tree, it wasn't even the fire itself. It was another human sitting beside you, refusing to fall asleep until you were safe. And maybe that's why, after hundreds of thousands of years, one of the greatest comforts is still knowing that you're not alone. Because long before humans built civilizations, we survived by protecting each other, one night at a time. The end.